In the late 19th century, class pictures were becoming an important tradition in American schools. These photographs captured a moment in time, showcasing groups of students and their teachers as they posed proudly together. The year was 1897, and the setting was a small town in the Midwest. Schools were just beginning to flourish, reflecting a growing emphasis on education for all children. This particular class picture is not just another snapshot. It is a window into a world that feels both familiar and strange. In this era, schools were often small, with only a handful of grades housed under one roof. Class sizes could be anywhere from 10 to 30 students, making each photograph a treasured keepsake for families. The children shown in these images typically wore their Sunday best, reflecting not only their family's pride, but also the importance of education in their community. If you enjoy this video, please like the video and subscribe for more. And tell me where you are watching from today. I always find it awesome to see where all my viewers are watching from. Let's get back to the video. Parents cherished these photos as they documented their children's journey through learning and growth at school. However, this specific photograph taken in 1897 became famous because it holds a mystery that has puzzled viewers for over a century. While we admire the smiles and innocence of the students captured in this moment, one face stands out as unusual: the face that doesn't exist. This photograph seems ordinary at first glance, showcasing rows of eager children with bright eyes and happy expressions. But upon closer inspection, viewers realize that nestled among them is an unmistakably strange figure, a face that does not belong to any person known to have been part of that class. To understand this mystery more deeply, one must consider the historical significance of class photographs at that time. In the late 1800s, photography was still relatively new, but quickly growing in popularity. It allowed people to capture moments that would otherwise fade away with time. Class photos served not just as personal mementos. They acted as records of educational progress during a period when schooling was evolving rapidly across the United States. The significance of education during this time cannot be overstated. Many reforms were underway to ensure children received an education regardless of their background or financial status. Public schools were springing up across the nation as towns recognized the importance of teaching literacy and basic skills to prepare future generations for participation in society. As families began to prioritize education more than ever before, taking group pictures became customary, memorializing friendships formed within school walls and marking milestones in growth and development. The act of gathering for a photo instilled a sense of unity among students while celebrating their shared experiences in learning. It's important to note how this tradition affected social dynamics within classrooms too. Children came from different backgrounds, yet found common ground through shared lessons and laughter captured in these photos. Each student had stories wrapped up in those memories, represented by smiling faces on display. The friendships made and challenges faced together, all expressed through that simple photograph. But what makes this particular photo unique is not just its role in documenting a pivotal moment in history. It's the unanswered question it raises. How did someone, or something, unearth an unreal face amidst these proud pupils? As stories surrounding the image spread over time, many began to speculate about its origins more than simply appreciating it as part of historical culture. Could it have been an innocent mistake made during editing or printing? Was there perhaps another motive behind placing an imaginary figure within such a significant work? These thoughts weave an intricate narrative around an innocuous scene frozen forever under glass. A scene once filled with laughter, but now riddled with intrigue. The year 1897 itself serves as another layer embedded beneath this story's surface. Politically, socially, and artistically vibrant days, full of changes sweeping across America. changes reflected vividly through artistic forms like photography, offering transparent glimpses into past lives lived heartily despite hurdles faced back then. Thus, when we examine events leading up to 1897 alongside its cast, students bursting forth with promise, we must recognize how much cultural significance rests within every fiber woven throughout those frames, housing young dreamers ready for what life would bring next. Our curiosity deepens further still when confronted with unsettling remnants lingering around fictional surprises, hugging closely beside tangible truths. A duality etched graphically revealing who we are even today. Still searching redemption, alongside unanswered questions, unfurling endlessly. As the story of the 1897 class picture spread, it sparked an array of reactions and questions from those who learned about the mysterious face lurking among the students. The allure of this image lay not only in its historical significance, but also in the enigma it presented. Who or what was that face? While most students appeared vibrant and real, the odd figure seemed to disrupt the harmony of the photograph. This led to an intriguing central question. How could a person not known to be part of that class find their way into this cherished image? The photograph quickly became a topic of discussion, with art enthusiasts and historians alike gathering to analyze the details. Many were drawn in by the mystery, captivated by the uniqueness of blending reality with something that didn't fit. A ghostly specter amid a joyful scene. Some speculated that the face belonged to a student who had been absent that day, while others wondered whether it was merely an accidental artifact of photography during a time when technology was still evolving. This photo stood at the intersection of history and imagination, prompting viewers to ponder how such a figure could have come to exist in that moment captured so long ago. Was it possible that someone made a mistake while developing the image? Given that photography was a relatively new art form rife with challenges and variables, mistakes in exposure or printing were not uncommon. However, this possibility didn't quite satisfy everyone's curiosity. As whispers about the photograph circulated, theories began to take shape. Some suggested it might be a deliberate addition, a prank or artistic flourish by a photographer looking to create intrigue. Others claimed it could even be supernatural, invoking stories of spirits who might linger among the living or tales of mischievous entities playing with human lives. As these stories unfolded, they transformed the image from a simple class picture into a focal point for conversations about mystery and the unknown. The idea of an unreal face appearing in such a cherished snapshot also raised deeper questions about memory and representation. Was this figure a reminder of forgotten souls or lost opportunities? Did it invite viewers to consider all the people who had come and gone from their own lives, their stories remaining untold? Such reflections added layers to the mystery, as individuals connected their own experiences to what they saw in that historical photograph. The fascination with this puzzling presence revealed much about human nature. Our desire to find meaning in the inexplicable, and our instinct to create stories around what we do not understand. The more people delved into analyses of the photo, the more interpretations emerged, each revealing different facets of our collective consciousness. Themes of nostalgia, loss, and curiosity intertwined as people became invested in uncovering what lay behind that unusual visage. Amidst these discussions, some scholars took it upon themselves to investigate more thoroughly. They examined every detail in the photo, using emerging technologies that allowed for enhanced scrutiny. Through high-resolution scans and software designed to detect alterations, they aimed to determine whether any manipulation had occurred. Could there be traces of editing or physical evidence suggesting an alteration had taken place? With each analysis came new debates about authenticity and representation. Others went beyond technical inquiries and ventured into folklore, a realm where history harmonizes with tales of the unknown. They explored regional myths surrounding ghosts and imagery, considering local legends that resonated with viewers drawn into this narrative. What role did folklore play in shaping perceptions about appearances within photographs? Did such stories serve as reminders of community ties or shared memories? As interest grew, articles appeared in local newspapers and journals discussing this strange phenomenon. The image drew attention not just from art critics, but also curious onlookers eager to comprehend why this particular photo had captivated many hearts and minds. Exhibits featuring the class picture began popping up in museums across the country, inviting people from various backgrounds to contemplate its significance. Through it all, one question lingered. How did this face come to reside within a moment, meant to signify joy and unity? It was clear that this photograph held more than just images of children. It contained a narrative rich with emotions, interpretations, and shared connections spanning generations. Each new theory contributed another brushstroke to an intricate portrait, a collage blending fact with fiction. Ultimately, this mystery became both a puzzle and a canvas for imagination, a space where history intersected with wonder. In its very essence, the 1897 class picture encapsulated humanity's yearning for understanding and connection across time. A reminder that even amidst mundane moments like posing for a photograph, extraordinary tales may lie just beneath the surface, waiting to unfold. And perhaps, in seeking answers about that enigmatic face, we might discover something profound about ourselves along the way. The most captivating aspect of the 1897 class picture lies in the mysterious face that quietly interrupts the harmony of smiling children. While the rest of the students exude youthful exuberance, this unknown face stands apart, evoking a sense of curiosity and intrigue. The stark contrast between the lively expressions of the children around it and the peculiar expression on this figure adds layers of complexity to the photograph. At first glance, the mysterious face might be mistaken for an odd angle or an unfortunate editing mishap. But upon closer inspection, it reveals unique features that make it truly enigmatic. The first thing one notices is the expression, a mixture of serenity and a hint of melancholy, which strikes a chord against the backdrop of joy radiating from the group. Instead of a wide smile like those of the other children, this figure's mouth is drawn into a gentle, almost wistful line, suggesting a deeper story or a profound thought that separates it from its peers. The appearance is equally notable. The face is characterized by unusually pale skin, which sets it apart from the other students who exhibit robust complexions typical of healthy children of that era. Its eyes, wide and bright, seem to shimmer with an otherworldly glow. Unlike the youthful sparkles seen in the eyes around it, there is an intensity in these eyes that draws viewers in, making them wonder what secrets lie behind that gaze. While the other students are dressed in their Sunday best, a blend of vibrant colors and patterns suited to their playful age, the attire of this unknown figure appears drab and muted, failing to fit seamlessly into the picture's tapestry. Moreover, one striking detail is the hair, which seems to fluctuate between shades, sometimes appearing dark, almost black, while at other angles it shifts to a lighter hue reminiscent of ash. This inconsistency adds an additional layer of mystery. Is it a trick of the light or something more unusual? It does not align with how hair typically appeared on children of that time, raising further questions about the identity of this lone figure who seems to defy categorization. Perhaps most unsettling is how the face seems to exude an aura of calm amidst chaos, as if it exists outside time and space. The other students are caught mid-laughter or chatter, solidifying their presence in that joyful moment. Yet, This face appears detached from that scene, observing rather than participating. It's as if we are witnessing a fleeting glimpse into another realm altogether, where reality and imagination collide unexpectedly. Some viewers have remarked on how this mysterious face evokes feelings similar to those experienced while gazing at famous portraits throughout art history. Works that seem to look back at you with stories untold. It serves as a reminder that each person carries their own narrative, shaped by experiences both known and unknown. This unique quality makes the figure resonate deeply with those who encounter it. Viewers cannot help but wonder about its origin and purpose. As discussions surrounding this enigmatic presence unfolded, people began to invent their own backstories, some seeing it as a guardian spirit watching over the students, while others imagined it as a lost child whose story remained forever unchronicled. The intrigue deepened as observers realized that the face did not merely stand out visually, but also invoked emotional responses that connected to universal themes of longing and connection. Interpreting this figure requires sensitivity to the emotions wrapped within its appearance. While some might initially dismiss it as simply an error or strange coincidence, many felt drawn into contemplating deeper meanings and untold tales nestled within its expression. The juxtaposition of lightheartedness among children against such an unusual character threw open doors to explore aspects of memory and loss, concepts deeply woven into human experience. As excitement built around unraveling the mystery behind this face, conversations flourished about how we perceive individuals through photographs. Whether they belong to our lives or remain enigmas we can only imagine, the unknown figure became a catalyst for illuminating our own desires for understanding and connection in a world filled with storytelling potential. As viewers gazed into those bright yet haunting eyes, they could not shake off the feeling that perhaps something timeless lay hidden beneath all those layers, an invitation into realms uncharted. In essence, the unknown face took on a life beyond that single photograph, becoming emblematic of humanity's quest for meaning amid uncertainty. It acted as both puzzle and prism, reflecting perceptions while illuminating fears, hopes, and memories shared across generations. Thus, what started as a peculiar anomaly quickly evolved into rich territory for exploration, a gateway granting insight not only into history, but also our very souls. The face may have no name or known identity, yet within that fleeting glimpse lies an enduring connection to every viewer willing to ponder what could have been and what still might yet be discovered. As interest in the mysterious face from the 1897 class picture grew, a wave of historians and researchers stepped forward, eager to unravel the enigma surrounding this peculiar figure. The photograph, once just a historical artifact, had transformed into a puzzle that demanded careful investigation and analysis. With each passing day, more people became fascinated by the possibility of discovering who or what had contributed this unrealistic element to an otherwise joyful scene. The investigation began with a thorough examination of the photograph itself. Historians reached out to local museums and archives, seeking any additional context that could shed light on the class and its students. They pored over school records, yearbooks, and local newspapers from that time, hoping to find clues about the identities of those captured in the photo. Was there a known student who had gone missing? Could this face belong to someone who had been part of a larger narrative within the community? Experts in photography were also called upon for their insights. They analyzed the image using various techniques, including high-resolution scans and digital enhancement tools that could reveal details invisible to the naked eye. This technological approach allowed them to investigate the layers of the photograph itself. Was this figure a product of double exposure, or perhaps an editing error made during the printing process? As they delved deeper, they examined the physical characteristics of the image, looking for signs of manipulation or alteration that could explain the presence of the unknown face. Over time, research began to uncover potential leads. Some historians noted that class pictures from that era sometimes included individuals who were not officially part of the class, such as siblings or neighborhood children who might have wandered into view during the photo session. This possibility sparked debates among researchers, as they speculated whether this unknown face was a result of an innocent mistake or something more intentional. Further investigation revealed interesting stories about the photographer himself. He was known to have a creative flair and often experimented with different techniques to capture striking images. Some theorized that he may have deliberately sought to include an unusual element in his work, giving it artistic depth and intrigue. Others, however, remained skeptical. They insisted that there must be another explanation for how such a figure could appear amidst a group of identifiable students. As discussions continued, folklore experts entered the mix, eager to offer their perspectives. They examined regional legends surrounding ghostly figures and apparitions, drawing connections between local myths and the mysterious presence in the photograph. These tales suggested that perhaps the face belonged to someone who had passed away or was lost, a figure lingering in memory, yet unseen by most. This angle deepened the investigation, inviting art historians to consider not only technical aspects, but also cultural narratives woven into images throughout history. Meanwhile, social media played a surprising role in fueling interest in this mystery. As word spread online, amateur sleuths began to join forces with historians and researchers. A digital community emerged where enthusiasts shared their own theories and analyses. Online forums buzzed with excitement as people compared notes, shared findings from personal collections, and even circulated digitally altered versions of the photograph to examine different interpretations. With information flowing from various sources, researchers started piecing together an emerging narrative, a combination of documented history and imaginative storytelling. As curious minds collaborated, they began to form hypotheses about who might have been behind this memorable face in the class picture. Some speculated about family connections or friendships that blurred lines between identities during that time period. Throughout this journey, questions continued to arise. What motivated those involved in creating this photograph? Did they intend for it to be a simple keepsake or something more? As researchers dug deeper into local customs surrounding photography and education in the late 19th century, they uncovered insights about community values, emphasizing togetherness while also acknowledging stories left untold. Ultimately, what started as an investigation into a single photograph grew into a broader exploration of identity and connection, an inquiry into how memories are shaped both collectively and individually over time. Each new finding triggered conversations about remembrance, loss, and the importance of understanding our past. The atmosphere surrounding the investigation became charged with anticipation as scholars worked tirelessly to piece together this multifaceted puzzle. They realized that every clue brought them closer not only to solving the mystery behind the unknown face, but also towards uncovering something more profound: the human experience itself, rich with stories waiting to be told. As excitement mounted, it became evident that exploring this mysterious figure was not merely an academic pursuit. It was an invitation for all involved to reflect on their relationships with memory and history while embracing the unknown. The journey itself became a tapestry interwoven with threads of curiosity and connectedness, reminding everyone that behind every photograph lies a world filled with possibilities just waiting to be discovered. As the investigation into the mysterious face in the 1897 class picture gained momentum, advances in technology played a crucial role in unveiling clues that could help explain its presence. With each new tool and method employed, researchers hoped to illuminate aspects of the photograph that had previously remained hidden from view. The combination of historical inquiry and cutting-edge technology became a powerful ally in their quest for understanding. One of the initial steps taken by experts was to create high-resolution scans of the original photograph. This process involved using specialized equipment capable of capturing intricate details with incredible clarity. By generating digital images far superior in quality to standard photographs, they could examine elements such as texture, shading, and any abnormalities that might reveal more about the unknown figure. These scans allowed researchers to study the layers of the photo meticulously, revealing subtle variations that might suggest whether the face was an artifact or something intentionally included. Digital enhancement software further augmented their analysis. By adjusting contrast and brightness settings, researchers could bring out previously obscured details. For instance, they examined how light fell on the figure's face compared to the children around it. These adjustments helped determine if shadows were consistent with natural lighting or if they told another story altogether, one potentially linked to manipulation during development or printing. Another crucial method employed was image comparison analysis. Researchers utilized advanced algorithms designed for detecting differences between images. They examined other known class photographs from the same era to identify typical patterns and traits common among students' faces. This comparative study aimed to highlight what made this particular face stand out. Was it merely an artistic choice? Or did it represent something entirely different? In addition to these techniques, scholars also turned their attention toward forensic photography methods traditionally used in crime scene investigations. Techniques such as image triangulation were employed to assess perspective and spatial relationships between elements within the photograph. This scientific approach helped them understand how the mysterious figure fit into the overall composition. Was it positioned deliberately, or did it appear by chance? Researchers also sought insights from specialists in digital forensics who analyzed the photograph's metadata. The information embedded within digital files that can reveal important context regarding how an image was created, modified, and saved over time. Although this might seem more applicable to modern images, similar methods were adapted for older photographs by examining physical attributes such as paper type and print quality to help ascertain its authenticity. As these technological advancements continued to provide fresh insights, historians engaged with local communities seeking first-hand accounts or memories related to the photograph's creation. Oral histories contributed rich context regarding school customs and photography practices at that time, further illuminating possible reasons behind why someone might have appeared unexpectedly in a classroom portrait. Interestingly, one of the most crucial contributions came from art historians, who analyzed stylistic elements present in both photography and painting of that period. They examined how artists approached portraiture. Decisions regarding composition, lighting effects often emulating chiaroscuro techniques used by painters, could provide valuable clues about intent and context surrounding this particular face. The integration of these various technological methods painted a more comprehensive picture, one where each finding served not only as a tool for verification, but also as an entry point into understanding broader cultural narratives woven throughout history. As excitement mounted within scholarly circles about potential discoveries emerging from these analyses, collaborative efforts flourished. Historians teamed up with technologists and artists alike. They formed interdisciplinary teams dedicated to piecing together this complex puzzle, while encouraging creative thinking alongside systematic investigation. Community engagement flourished through social media platforms where findings were shared instantly with a global audience, eager for updates on this unfolding mystery. Amateur sleuths often joined forces with professional researchers. Together, they brainstormed ideas while developing crowdsourced investigations fueled by collective enthusiasm. This synergy between technology and human curiosity underscored how advances in photo analysis could unearth truths long buried beneath layers of time. A reminder that even seemingly simple artifacts, like a class picture, hold immense potential for uncovering untold stories waiting silently within their frames. With every new clue revealed through meticulous examination and innovative analysis methods, researchers drew closer not only to understanding who or what was behind that elusive face, but also engaging with deeper questions about identity and memory itself. The role of technology thus became not simply a means toward resolution, but rather a bridge connecting past narratives with present inquiries. An invitation for each participant along this journey to reflect on their own relationship with history while exploring possibilities lying just beyond perception's reach. In essence, technology transcended traditional boundaries surrounding photographic analysis. It opened doors leading into realms where artistic expression met scientific rigor, collaboration ultimately enriching conversations about who we are today by providing insight into those who came before us. Through this lens of innovation intertwined with inquiry lay opportunities for rediscovery awaiting all who dared venture forth into exploring those extraordinary moments captured long ago. As the investigation into the mysterious face in the 1897 class picture deepened, insights from various experts added valuable perspectives to the unfolding narrative. Historians and photographers who carefully analyzed the photograph began to propose their theories about how such an unusual figure could appear alongside identifiable students, igniting even more curiosity and debate. One prominent historian specializing in late 19th century education noted that during this time, class photographs often included children who were not officially enrolled. He explained that it was common for friends, siblings, or neighborhood children to join in for a snapshot, which might explain why this strange face appeared. However, this theory raised further questions. Could it be that this individual was simply a child wandering into the frame? Or was there a deeper story behind their presence? A renowned photographer, with experience in both historical and contemporary photography, offered another perspective. She suggested that while double exposure errors were common in early photography, this particular case seemed too distinct to attribute solely to such a mistake. Her analysis pointed to the idea that the photographer might have deliberately included an artistic element, an attempt to capture something extraordinary amid the ordinary. This notion sparked conversations about how art can transcend reality and invite viewers into a realm of imagination. Meanwhile, a local folklore expert provided insight into regional legends surrounding ghostly figures and apparitions. He theorized that the odd face could represent a spirit from the past, a whimsical interpretation suggesting that the figure might be a guardian watching over the children. This idea resonated with some community members who had grown up hearing tales of spirits lingering in places significant to their lives. As the discussions unfolded among these experts, differing interpretations began to converge around specific themes. One prevailing notion was that the photograph itself served as a cultural artifact reflecting societal values at the time, particularly around education and community. The presence of the mysterious face allowed individuals to contemplate notions of belonging and exclusion within the social fabric of that era. Was this figure an outsider seeking connection, or someone from another dimension peering into their world? Some researchers also engaged with art historians specializing in portraiture from that period. They examined how artists historically approached likenesses and representation, often capturing not just faces, but also emotions and narratives. This contributed to a richer understanding of how an unusual face could find its way into an otherwise traditional setting, like a class photo. Art historians pointed out that people often imbue photographs with meaning beyond their immediate context. Perhaps this face was an expression of collective memory, a reminder of those who had come before. Each expert's theory contributed layers of complexity to the investigation, prompting viewers to consider multiple dimensions regarding identity and existence itself. The class picture transformed into more than just a moment captured in time. It became a canvas on which history and imagination danced together. As conversations continued, social media amplified these insights, allowing experts to share their findings widely. A community of amateur historians formed online, eager to contribute their thoughts while engaging with professionals in meaningful dialogue. Many began to explore personal stories, some recalling family connections to individuals featured in other class photos from that time, while others shared eerie experiences related to photographs they had encountered throughout their own lives. The cross-pollination between various fields, history, photography, folklore, and art, enriched the investigation and prompted collaborative efforts among professionals from different backgrounds. They organized public forums where audiences were invited to share their interpretations based on their experiences or cultural backgrounds. New theories emerged organically within these discussions, as attendees exchanged ideas about identity and memory linked to their own lives. Amidst all these theories lay a shared sentiment. Everyone involved felt drawn into examining what it means to remember someone. A theme echoed through generations, despite differences in culture or circumstance. The photograph became more than an object. It transformed into a living narrative reflecting collective human experiences across time. As researchers pieced together evidence supporting various theories surrounding the mysterious face within the 1897 class photo, they realized they were not merely solving a puzzle, but rather delving into deeper philosophical inquiries about existence itself, connecting past meanings with current understandings of what it means to belong. Ultimately, insights from these experts enriched the overall exploration as communities engaged both academically and emotionally with history's mysteries laid bare before them through technology's lens. Each new revelation contributed to an evolving tapestry, woven from threads of curiosity and imagination. A reminder that sometimes stories lie just beyond recognition, waiting patiently for enthusiastic minds willing enough to seek them out. As news of the mysterious face in the 1897 class picture spread, public reaction was swift and enthusiastic. Initially, the photograph caught the attention of local residents, many of whom had personal connections to the small Midwestern town where it was taken. Families began to dig through their own collections of old photos, trying to unearth any links to the class or its elusive figure. This grassroots interest quickly turned into a broader phenomenon as people from across the country learned about the image and the mystery surrounding it. Social media platforms played a pivotal role in amplifying interest in this unusual story. Platforms like Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram allowed individuals to share images and theories about the photograph with remarkable speed. Hashtags like class picture and Nadra mysterious face began trending as discussions flourished online. Enthusiasts started creating dedicated pages to track developments in the investigation, posting updates about new theories, expert analyses, and even personal anecdotes related to their own experiences with class photographs. The viral nature of social media meant that what started as a local curiosity rapidly captured national attention. Online communities formed around the mystery, where amateur sleuths joined forces with scholars and historians. These digital spaces became vibrant hubs for sharing thoughts, speculations, and even artistic interpretations inspired by the photograph. Users exchanged ideas through memes, digital art transformations of the image, and discussions that explored both historical context and imaginative possibilities. In addition to online discussions, traditional media outlets also picked up on the story, further fueling public fascination. News articles covered both the photograph itself and the growing investigation surrounding it. Documentaries were produced that featured interviews with experts weighing in on potential explanations for the mysterious face. The combination of print stories and visual media helped bring more visibility to this curious case. Public reaction ranged from skepticism to excitement. Some users expressed doubt about whether such an odd face could truly belong in a class photo, questioning whether it was merely an editing error or an elaborate hoax. Others were captivated by its haunting presence, drawn into its mystery as they pondered the implications of its existence. The emotional responses varied widely. While some felt nostalgia for childhood memories captured in similar photographs, others found themselves reflecting on deeper themes of loss and remembrance. One particularly fascinating aspect of public reaction was how individuals began sharing their own connections to similar experiences. Many recounted personal stories involving family members who had disappeared or relatives whose images bore striking resemblances to the mysterious figure in question. These narratives added depth to conversations about identity and memory, transforming abstract speculation into deeply personal reflections. The enthusiasm surrounding this photograph also inspired creative expressions beyond mere discussion. Artists began crafting works based on interpretations of what could be happening within that frozen moment. A blend of history and imagination brought forth through painting, digital art, poetry, and music. This artistic engagement highlighted how a single photograph could transcend its original form to inspire creativity across various mediums. As excitement grew within both digital and physical communities surrounding this photograph, events began taking shape. Public forums were organized where local historians presented their findings while inviting community members to participate actively in discussions. These gatherings fostered a sense of collaboration among individuals who might have otherwise remained strangers, but were united by a shared fascination with history's mysteries. Through these interactions, there emerged a collective desire not only to uncover answers about the mysterious face, but also to celebrate the stories embedded within photographs themselves. A recognition that every image tells a story beyond just what is visually presented. Community members expressed gratitude for being involved in something larger than themselves. They found joy in connecting over shared interests while pursuing knowledge together. In essence, public reaction transformed this investigation into a social movement driven by curiosity, a reflection of humanity's innate desire to seek connection amid uncertainty. The 1897 class picture became more than just an artifact. It evolved into a symbol representing our collective need for understanding our pasts, while grappling with profound questions regarding memory, identity, and belonging. Ultimately, as people continued exploring this captivating mystery together, whether through lively online conversations or intimate gatherings, the photograph sparked dialogue that transcended time and space. A reminder that even long-forgotten moments could still resonate deeply within us today. Each interaction contributed not only toward uncovering truths, but also enriched lives through shared experiences rooted in exploration. A beautiful testament demonstrating how one enigmatic image can weave intricate threads connecting generations anew. As the investigation into the mysterious face in the 1897 class picture progressed, numerous theories emerged to explain the presence of this unreal figure among the students. Each explanation reflected different perspectives, some rooted in historical context, while others ventured into realms of creativity and imagination. Here are some of the most compelling theories that captivated both scholars and curious onlookers alike. One prevalent theory suggested that the face was a product of early photographic techniques and potential misprints. Photography in the late 19th century was still in its infancy, and many photographers utilized methods that could lead to unintended consequences. For instance, double exposure, when two images are layered onto one another, was a common occurrence in photographs of that era. It's possible that this face unintentionally overlapped with the class picture, creating an ethereal illusion that caught the eye of viewers yet remained unexplained for years. In addition to technical errors, some experts propose that this figure may have been intentionally added to the photograph as an artistic choice by the photographer. Known for taking creative liberties, some photographers sought to break from traditional portraiture norms and include elements that would evoke emotion or provoke thought. By incorporating a mysterious figure, the artist might have aimed to capture a sense of wonder or intrigue, a desire to challenge viewers' perceptions of reality. This notion resonated with those who believe art should inspire dialogue about deeper human experiences. Beyond technical explanations, folklore and ghost stories offered another fascinating layer to the narrative surrounding this peculiar face. Some argued that the figure could symbolize a spirit from the past, a mishmash of local legends that speak to hauntings and lingering presences tied to places significant within communities. This interpretation suggested that perhaps the enigmatic face belonged to someone who had lived in or near the town, but had long since passed away. A haunting reminder of lives once lived, intertwined with memory and legacy. This supernatural angle appealed especially to those intrigued by local folklore, who shared their own ghost stories during discussions surrounding the photograph. These personal anecdotes often contain themes linking memory with spectral figures. Stories of guardians watching over the living or representations of beloved family members lost through time. The idea that such a face could be a spiritual presence evoked a sense of comfort for some, while simultaneously raising questions about connection. What does it mean when past lives echo into present moments? Another theory focused on social dynamics surrounding education at that time. In considering how individuals might migrate through neighborhoods or schools, this perspective emphasized themes of belonging versus exclusion. Some researchers speculated that this strange figure represented an outsider, perhaps someone who felt disconnected from their peers due to various reasons, such as socioeconomic status or evolving educational systems prioritizing certain identities over others. With this interpretation, viewers were invited not only to ponder who this person was, but also why they might stand apart from their classmates and what those differences reflected about society overall. In addition to these varied theories, discussions increasingly turned toward philosophical inquiries about identity itself, the nature of what it means to exist as part of a collective experience. Could it be possible that this photograph captured something more profound than just students engaged in learning together? Perhaps it represented humanity's inherent complexities, our desires for connection juxtaposed against feelings of isolation amidst larger groups. This contemplation sparked deeper dialogues around personal narratives intertwined with community memory, a recognition that everyone carries unique experiences shaped by time, yet often resonates within shared spaces. As multiple explanations emerged, they fueled ongoing discussions among historians, scholars, and everyday citizens alike. Each contribution adding depth both academically and emotionally, while reinforcing how interconnected we all are through storytelling and exploration. Ultimately, these intriguing theories reflect humanity's innate curiosity regarding existence itself. Within each possible explanation lies an opportunity for discovery, an invitation for individuals willing enough to explore emotions layered throughout history, while grappling with questions challenging perceptions about reality. Thus, what began as an inquiry into one strange face evolved into a broader examination of identity and memory, reminding all involved how photographs can serve as windows into shared worlds brimming with stories, waiting patiently beneath surfaces, just waiting for enthusiastic minds ready enough to seek them out. The photograph became not merely an artifact, but rather a vessel carrying whispers from yesteryears alive through stories given voice today. Each theory contributed not only toward understanding this peculiar image, but also enriched lives along pathways forged through exploration. A testament showing how artful engagement transcends time. As the investigation into the mysterious face in the 1897 class picture drew to a close, researchers arrived at several noteworthy conclusions. They unanimously agreed that the photograph represents a fascinating blend of history, technology, and cultural storytelling. The face, which has become a symbol of curiosity and intrigue, was ultimately interpreted through a combination of artistic analysis, historical context, and technological advancements. One conclusion was that the photograph likely resulted from a combination of early photographic techniques and potential misprints. Researchers noted that double exposure was common in the late 19th century, and that the face could have unintentionally surfaced due to layering during the development process. While this explanation provided a plausible technical reason for the mysterious figure's appearance, it still left many questions unanswered about the figure's identity and intent. Furthermore, scholars emphasized the significance of artistic choices made by the photographer. They suggested that the inclusion of such an enigmatic face might have been intentional, meant to provoke thought or elicit emotional responses from viewers. This perspective opened up discussions regarding how art interacts with reality and the ways in which individuals perceive their environments, encouraging further exploration of how narratives shape our understanding of images. The investigation also delved into folklore and ghost stories surrounding the photograph, prompting researchers to consider how local myths might connect with its significance. Many theorized that this face could represent a spirit, a lingering presence from the past, reminding viewers that memories are not just nostalgic, but intertwined with identities and stories yet to be told. These interpretations resonated particularly with community members who shared personal anecdotes about similar experiences with lost relatives or spectral figures, enhancing the emotional depth of the narrative. Despite these conclusions, unresolved questions lingered like shadows over the photograph. Who exactly was this mysterious figure? Could it indeed be an outsider, a ghostly watcher, or perhaps a child who wandered into the frame? The ambiguity surrounding its identity continued to fuel speculation among those drawn to this captivating mystery. Many enthusiasts pondered whether more historical records could exist to shed light on potential connections between known local residents and this unrecognized individual. Additionally, while researchers made strides in understanding the artistic context and technological implications behind the image, they were still left grappling with philosophical inquiries about identity and belonging. What does it mean for someone to stand alone within a group? How does society shape our perceptions of self-worth based on appearances? The questions prompted deeper reflections about human experiences, acknowledging that identity is not merely a matter of visibility, but also encompasses those unseen narratives we carry silently within us. As discussions continued in both academic circles and social media platforms, participants expressed a desire for further exploration. The photograph became more than just an object of curiosity. It transformed into a catalyst for ongoing dialogue about memory's role in shaping lives today. Many people felt compelled to contribute their stories or engage in conversations about what it means to belong in a community, each narrative adding layers of meaning over time. Moreover, these findings sparked interest in conducting more extensive research into similar photographs from the same era. Historians began investigating local archives for additional class pictures that might contain other unknown figures or anomalies. By comparing these images with contemporary understandings of identity and memory, researchers hoped to unearth new insights that could enrich current discussions. In conclusion, while many questions remained unanswered regarding the identity and origin of the mysterious face in the 1897 class picture, researchers agreed that its presence served as a powerful reminder of humanity's search for connection across generations. Each inquiry contributed not only toward understanding this unique artifact, but also enhanced appreciation for how photographs can bridge gaps between past and present, serving as windows into shared experiences waiting patiently to be uncovered. Ultimately, what began as an investigation into one strange face evolved into broader conversations about art, memory, and identity itself. A testament showcasing how exploration can illuminate deeper understandings of our shared human condition. The photograph stands as an enduring reminder that beyond every captured moment lies an intricate web of stories longing for acknowledgement. A celebration inviting us all to look closer at life's fleeting moments. The impact of the 1897 class picture with its mysterious face has rippled through modern culture, capturing the attention of people far beyond its small Midwestern origins. As more individuals engaged with this photograph, it sparked conversations about history, photography, and perception, revealing much about how we interact with images from the past. In a digital age where visual media is omnipresent, this photo serves as a powerful reminder of the stories hidden within our collective history. Social media platforms have played a significant role in revitalizing interest in historical artifacts, like the 1897 class picture. The viral nature of online discussions allowed users to share theories, artistic interpretations, and personal stories associated with similar photographs. This phenomenon illustrates how technology has enabled broader conversations around photography and its role in shaping our understanding of identity and memory. The mysterious figure became a focal point for people to explore not just the technical aspects of photography, but also the emotional connections that can arise from viewing images of the past. Through the lens of this old photograph, modern audiences are reminded of the importance of context and narrative in visual storytelling. As we engage with images, we become aware of how perception can vary widely based on personal experiences, cultural backgrounds, and societal norms. The discussions surrounding the unexplained face encourage us to consider what we see in photographs. Do they reflect reality, or do they open doorways to our imaginations? This contemplation invites us to recognize the layers of meaning that may not be immediately visible. The investigation into the 1897 class picture has also prompted deeper reflections on memory itself. Photographs serve as tangible connections to history, often evoking nostalgia for times long gone. As people shared their own experiences related to class pictures or lost relatives, it became evident that images can carry emotional weight that transcends mere visual representation. This understanding reinforces the idea that memory is not just about recalling events. It's about connecting with the emotions and stories tied to those moments. In an era where many photographs are taken quickly and often forgotten just as fast, the 1897 class picture encourages a more thoughtful approach to capturing memories. It serves as a reminder of the value in slow photography, where intention and context matter as much as the image itself. Each photograph has the potential to tell a story, but it often requires effort from both the creator and the viewer to uncover its layers. This perspective is particularly relevant in today's society, where the abundance of images can lead to desensitization rather than engagement. Moreover, This exploration has led to a renewed interest in preserving historical artifacts and recognizing their relevance in contemporary discussions. Communities are reminded of their own histories and encouraged to delve into local archives, seeking out forgotten stories that may hold significance for future generations. By bringing attention to such artifacts, people can foster connections with their heritage while also engaging critically with how history is remembered and interpreted. The enigma surrounding the mysterious face has also opened doors for artists and creators. Many have been inspired by the photograph to produce works that blend art with history. Whether through paintings, poems, or digital art forms. This creative engagement highlights how one image can inspire a multitude of interpretations and expressions. Artists are encouraged to think deeply about their choices and how those choices resonate with audiences on emotional and intellectual levels. As modern culture continues to reckon with themes of identity, belonging, and memory, the 1897 class picture becomes an important touchstone for these discussions. People are reminded that every photograph has the potential to bridge gaps between past and present, inviting them into a larger conversation about human experience. It challenges us to look closer at the layers of meaning in our own photographs and consider what stories they might tell. Ultimately, this old photograph serves as a testament to our enduring curiosity about life's mysteries. It invites individuals to embrace exploration, not just of historical artifacts, but also of their own narratives within a broader societal context. In doing so, we learn valuable lessons about connection and understanding across generations. One enigmatic face in a class picture has become a catalyst for rich dialogues that extend beyond its frame, reminding us of the profound significance embedded within our shared histories. A celebration of life's fleeting moments, waiting patiently to be discovered anew.